Kori really thought she had this in the bag. I really think that she thought she was going to get away with this.
Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all have had a wonderful week. Hope everybody's feeling good. So in today's video, we're going to be bringing it back to Kori Richins, this woman right here. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen the trial that has been going on in the headlines. It just wrapped up. Spoiler alert. She was found guilty, but we got to talk about all the reasons why and what happened in trial today in this video, because the trial, you guys, it was a circus. If you know, you know. But I'm gonna break it down in layman's terms for y'all today and make it easy. Before we get into it though, I did want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a second channel, which is Casually Christina. We just do things more casually over there. Quite a few new content has been posted over there. So if y'all want to check that out, please do. I also have a Patreon. My Patreon's for 18 and up. And over there, we just talk about more personal stuff. We go live over there. There's a $2 tier for all the true crime stuff that cannot go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies. That goes over on my Patreon under the $2 tier. Just make sure you read the full about section of what each tier offers before you join. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Like to Know It. And over on my Like to Know It is where you can find links to a lot of things that you guys ask about that I use, that I love. Everything from clothing items, this top, earrings, skincare, makeup, hair care, gift ideas, like gym equipment, cooking utensils, all kind of stuff that y'all ask about or that I want to post over there. I do. And all of those platforms are linked down in the description box if you would like to come and check me out. Before we go any further, I did want to stop and thank today's sponsor, Quince. If you are tired of chasing good quality products across different stores, well, Quince is the one-stop shop for you. From home goods to stylish clothing, all kinds of luxury items for an affordable price. Quince has all the staples covered. Quality items that are made to last, like soft Mongolian cashmere sweaters that feel like designer pieces, but without the designer prices. Quince also has 100% European linen bedding that gets better after each wash. I recently ordered the organic bamboo sheet set in the color walnut and the signature cotton satin sheet set in the color espresso. The colors are absolutely stunning and they feel so nice on my skin. And I know y'all have been hearing me talk about getting the matching duvet cover. Well, it finally came back in stock and I got it ordered and I'm waiting for it to be delivered right now. So I'm going to show it to y'all very soon. I cannot wait to get it. Quince also has professional grade cookware, baby and kids items, all kind of travel essentials, bags, jewelry, beauty, wellness, and so much more. Also, because Quince works with top tier manufacturers and they cut out the middleman, they are able to give you exceptional quality without the markup. Quince only works with factories that use ethical and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. If you want to try Quince, all you gotta do is go to quince.com/Christina Randall and you can get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. And I always say, for a company to offer literally 365-day returns, that tells you how confident they are in their products. Yes, all you gotta do is go to quince.com/Christina Randall and you can save today. Thanks again, Quince. Okay, so like I said, Kori just had her trial and you guys, so much more evidence came out, things that we had no idea about. The rabbit hole goes so much more deeper than we could have ever even imagined, and we have got to talk about it today. Before I do, though, I need to let y'all know I am not a professional. I do not know Kori or any of these people personally. I pull all of my information from very public sources and news sources that is already out there. Please go do your own research and form your own opinions. Just don't show hate to anybody anywhere. Now let's recap quickly before we get into what all happened at the trial. So quickly, if you do not know, Kori Richins was married to a man named Eric Richins. Together they had 3 sons and they lived in Camas, Utah. Eric was born into his family's big ranching legacy which taught him what hard work was from a very young age. And as an adult, Eric owned a stonemasonry business with another business partner. Eric made a very decent living. Kori, on the other hand, did not, even though she liked to think that she did. Kori had her own realty business. Essentially, she bought houses, she tried to flip them to make a profit, and However, during this trial, it came out that Kori was in very deep debt, but we'll come back to that later. Eric and Kori got married in 2013, and what surprised Kori was Eric and his family popped up and presented her with a prenup just before their wedding day. Even still, Kori and Eric did end up getting married, and they lived a seemingly, from the outside looking in, a normal life, at least for a little while. But then things started to change. In February of 2022, on Valentine's Day, Kori brought Eric a sandwich to eat for lunch. However, after eating only one bite, Eric broke out in all kind of hives and he could not breathe. He even had to use an EpiPen and take Benadryl. After that, Eric literally laid down and he passed out for several hours. He was known to have a pretty intense allergies and he had been receiving injections for them. It came out during the trial that Eric had just so happened to receive his injection just before this incident happened. Some have wondered that if that injection may have saved his life. But this wasn't the first time that Kori had done something like this. At least, that's what Eric and his family thought. See, they were already suspicious of Kori because back in 2020, when they were on a family trip to Greece, when Kori gave Eric a drink, after Eric took just one sip of that drink, he became very, very sick. It was after this incident in 2020 that Eric actually called his sister to tell her that he believed that Kori was trying to end his life. Now, you may be wondering, why in the world would Kori want to do this to her husband? Well, Eric had started changing his power of attorney to his sister instead of his wife, Kori. He also changed the beneficiary of his life insurance so it would not go to Kori if anything happened to him. And like we talked about earlier, Kori signed a prenup when she married Eric. Now, you may also be wondering if Eric thought this back in 2020. Why did he stay with her? Well, it's not really known why, but according to Eric's friends and family, Eric stayed with Kori because of their sons. He wanted to keep his family together. However, it came out during the trial that Eric did speak with a divorce lawyer back in October of 2020. Now, a woman testified during Kori's trial that back in 2019, they took a trip with Kori and Eric. During this trip, Kori confided in her and said that she felt trapped in her marriage to Eric because of this prenup. She also said that Kori told her that it would be easier if Eric was just gone.
She talked about how she was feeling trapped. She was feeling like there wasn't an easy way forward out of the marriage. She felt like she was worried about her kids. She was worried that she was going to lose them and that Eric was going to take the kids from her and that his family was going to turn the community against her. And she said that in many ways it would be better if he were dead.
What was the tone of Kori's voice during that conversation?
It was serious. She definitely had a very serious tone. We weren't really joking. It was a very honest conversation and a very heartfelt conversation. And you could tell from her body language that, she was frustrated and she was struggling with where she was at. It was a serious tone.
What was your reaction to Kori saying it would be better if Eric were dead?
To me, it really signified just how far their marriage was off track and how serious the situation was. And I felt bad for both of them. That's a heavy conversation.
Then there was the financial stuff. Remember earlier when I said that Kori was in a lot of debt? Well, a forensic accountant got on the stand and spent hours breaking down all of Kori's financial stuff. To keep it short, this forensic accountant said that she reviewed hundreds of thousands of documents in the case that included leasing documents, the prenup, all kinds of loan documents, Kori's real estate transactions, and bank records. This accountant said that back in October of 2021, 5 months before Eric's passing, many of Kori's transactions were not clearing at this point, and her accounts were almost all in the negative. By December of 2021, there were at least 77 overdrafts, just to give you an idea. The accountant then said that by March of 2022, Kori owed about $7.5 million and needed to pay around $80,000 a month towards that debt. Here's a chart that they put up in court to show Kori's debt. Now, if you see that one blue line flatlining over there on the right, that's because, according to this accountant, banks were no longer giving Kori loans. Then the accountant talked about how little Kori made in her real estate business. She said that back in 2019, when Kori established her real estate business, she bought one home at $215,000. The next year, she purchased 5 more homes that totaled over $2.2 million, okay? Then in 2021, she purchased 15 homes totaling over $6.7 million. And then in 2022, her only purchase was a midway mansion, which cost $2.9 million. The accountant said that for some of these homes, Kori did make a little bit of a profit, but other times she actually lost money on them. This accountant even said that for some reason, Kori's tax returns were missing the majority of the loans that she took out in 2019, which actually made it look like she was making more money than she was. She said that she did not know why Kori would want to report more income on her taxes, but that it would appear that she probably did that to make her business look more successful. Like, look at all this money my business is making. First of all, for normal everyday people, who in the world plays with money like this, right? Okay, I'm over here trying to go to the gas station that's got 10 cents less on the dollar than the other one. And this woman is purchasing all these $1 million homes. She's in the negative. She's lying. She's telling the government she's making more. And we're just getting started, y'all. Now, one point that the accountant made that I thought was very important was the fact that after closing on the last house, that midway mansion that she bought just before Eric's passing, Kori's net worth was negative $1.6 million. And Eric had a $2.2 million life insurance policy. Yeah. After Eric's passing, Kori did get $1.35 million of that life insurance money, and she spent it within 3 months, y'all. That is my next thing. The money that this chick was spending. My friend was watching this trial as well, and I remember when she sent me a text message and said that the accountant just said that Kori charged tickets to Tim McGraw when she had $80 in her account. And I thought, well, I mean, I can see why you'd want to make that work, right? But imagine, y'all, there's some of us that have never seen that type of money in our life, and she is blowing through. What is she doing? I mean, where is she going? What is she doing? What state of mind is she in? I don't get it. I know people that like to spend money, but whoa. Kori also tried to sell that midway mansion just a week after Eric's passing, but she was not able to sell it. So guess what? It went into foreclosure. The accountant also talked about an incident where Kori was helping her best friend flip a property. She told this friend to wire her $45,000 to use as a down payment for the deal, but the deal never ended up happening. And the accountant said that as soon as the money hit Kori's bank account, it was used to pay her own debt. Talk about a good friend. Anybody need a friend like that? I know I don't. And truly, again, y'all, this is just the tip of the financial iceberg. The accountant talked about so much more, but those were definitely like the highlights. And Kori did end up in court with Eric's family over these payouts and others, but those cases are still pending. Let's move on. So Kori actually had a boyfriend on the stand. Oh my gosh, you guys, a man named Josh Grossman. And he got on the stand and testified during the trial, and he was very emotional. And I'm telling y'all, after the accountant, after seeing Kori sitting up in there, and then when the boyfriend gets on the stand, it's just like, what? Her boyfriend is being called? Like, at this point, you're thinking she's cooked. Like, what do you mean? All this has happened so far. She is literally cooked. What is her defense going to be? And make sure you stay to the end of this video because I'm going to tell you what her defense was. He starts getting emotional as his text messages between him and Kori were being read out loud for the jury. Check this out.
Oh, man. Sit tight for a second. Do you need a minute or two?
I don't know what I need, man.
Let's just start with that. Why don't we take pause for a moment, sir, if you don't mind. Let's take a 5-minute break, please. Please rise for the jury.
And I'm not gonna lie, I saw it and I thought, I'm not laughing at him. I'm just like, this is so ridiculous. This whole situation is so ridiculous. It also came out during the trial that Kori had actually booked a Caribbean vacation for her and her boyfriend Josh that was scheduled for April. The state presented this as it seemed like Kori knew she was going to end her husband Eric's life, and she wanted to have this trip booked for her and Josh to go on after it was done, like a little celebratory thing. Like, okay, my husband's going to die on this date. We going to go to the Caribbean on this date. This whole time, this woman is in so much debt, y'all. Taking money, like forging documents, doing all of this stuff. However, Josh testified that he and Kori actually had a falling out a few months before Eric's passing. Now let's talk about the night of the incident. A woman named Carmen, who worked as Kori and Eric's housekeeper, got on the stand and testified that she was the one who bought pills for Kori that would eventually be the ones that ended Eric's life. So, okay, you got the house cleaner for the couple, Eric and Kori, and Kori goes to her and is like, hey, I need some pills. And the housekeeper's like, I can get them for you. She goes and gets them. Now, according to Carmen, Kori first asked her to get pain pills for one of her investors in early February of 2022. Kori paid $600 for these pills. Then Carmen said right before Valentine's Day of 2022, Kori reached back out and asked for something stronger. She said that she wanted something like the Michael Jackson stuff, which is referencing the medication that ended Michael Jackson's life. So Carmen said that she told Kori that she was able to get some Fent. And Kori told her, okay, I'll take that. Carmen said that she got about 20 pills and Kori paid $1,000 for them. So $50 a pill. Then Carmen testified that Kori reached back out to her for a third time and paid her another $1,000. This was right before Eric's passing. And you guys, I'm trying to figure out too what she did with them other medications. Was she taking them? Because I'm thinking she had to have been taking something. Who lives their life like this? I know people do, right? I know people get into debt. I know that people are materialistic. I know people love a good expensive shoe or expensive handbag and I'll put it on their charge card. But this is so extreme. It's like, what was she on something as well as being heartless and a little, what? I don't know. And where did those other pills go? Nevertheless, after Eric's passing, Carmen testified that when she found out that Eric was gone, because remember, she worked for both of them, so she knew Eric and the kids, she immediately called Kori and asked if he took one of those pills that she got for her. Kori told Carmen no, that those pills were not for Eric and that Eric had actually passed away from a brain aneurysm, which was obviously a lie. Carmen was a key witness in this case, as you can imagine. She was actually offered a deal to testify against Kori. Carmen was having her own legal troubles and she had no problem admitting all of that on the stand. But if you did watch the trial, then you know that the defense really went in there and tried to tear her a new one. They tried to discredit her in all different types of ways by bringing up her past and using it against her and also her learning disabilities and so on. But Carmen really stuck to her story regardless, and she said that it hit her hard when she found out about what happened to Eric and she knew she needed to step up and take accountability for what happened.
You started to say that the investigators told you that Eric had died. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you please pick up your testimony from there?
When they had first told me that, when they first mentioned that Eric, I already knew Eric had passed away, but when they had mentioned that it was from an overdose, that hit hard. Only for the fact that if that's what happened, I needed to step up and take accountability of my part in this that happened, or what I was asked for. At first, it took a minute to process everything. Sorry.
That's fine. Is it fair to summarize, though, that you interviewed with investigators before you had immunity, in part to take accountability for your part in Eric's death?
Yes.
Was another part of the reason you spoke with investigators prior to a grant of immunity was that you hoped you would eventually get some benefits, some grant of immunity?
Yes.
So we knew before the trial that the prosecution believed that Kori slipped this medication into a drink that she made for Eric. Kori claimed that after they had their drinks that evening, that Eric went to bed and Kori went to bed in her son's room. Kori said that when she went back to her bed, this is where she found her husband Eric cold and deceased. The 911 phone call was played for the jury, and the prosecution pointed out that it took Kori 6 minutes to finally agree and claim that she actually started giving CPR to Eric.
My husband's not breathing. He's cold. Okay, what's the address? 282 Willow Court. 282 Willow Court? Uh-huh. Okay, what's a good phone number in case we get disconnected? 435 671 4987. Okay, it's going to be in Francis? Uh-huh. Okay, tell me exactly what happened. I don't know. I just came in. I was sleeping with my kids. Okay, I can't understand you. I need you to take a deep breath. What's going on? I don't know. I was sleeping in with my kids. I just came in the bed, in our bed, and I turned over, and he's just cold. He's just cold. Who's cold? My husband. I turned the light off. And he's not breathing? No. He's not breathing? No. I need you to confirm it for me. Is he not breathing? No. Okay, can you do CPR? No, I don't know how. You don't know? I'm going to tell you how to. Are you willing to do CPR? Yeah. Okay. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it. No, there's not. Available? Okay. I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay? Okay, are you right by your husband? Yes, he's so pale. His mouth is open. Okay, listen carefully. Are you able to lay him on the floor or the ground? On the ground? I'm just thinking. I can't touch him. I can't. You can do it. You can do it. You need to calm down, okay? Yellow. We need to help them. I can guide you through CPR. Take a deep breath for me. I'm here with you. doesn't have a pulse.
He doesn't have a pulse?
No. There's no pulse.
Okay, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. We need to get him help. If you need to put me on speaker, put me on speaker. I'm gonna guide you through CPR, okay?
Okay.
Tell me when you've done that.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, he's on the floor?
He's on the bed.
Okay, are you able by any chance to move him on the floor?
Let me try. Spots on it. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. I'm here with you. Are you not able to move him to the floor?
Go out. Don't come in here. Oh my God, my sister.
You're not able to move him to the floor? Just listen carefully. We just need to get him on the floor. Don't worry about hurting them.
Tell me it's too heavy.
Is he still on the bed?
Yes.
Okay, if there's a sheet or a blanket under them, can you loosen it from the mattress?
Yes.
Okay, stand at the side of the bed closest to them and remove anything under their head.
Okay.
Okay? I need you to pull the sheets towards you and slide them off the bed. Don't worry about him falling. We just need to help him now.
Okay.
Tell me when he's on the floor.
I can't move it. It's just dead weight. Like it's just...
You're not. If he has sheets under, pull them to the floor. Don't worry about hurting him.
Can you please send somebody?
Okay, I have the ambulance that's on the way. Okay, there's another way to do this, okay? Grab their feet. Grab his feet.
Okay.
Slide them towards you until they're just off the bed. How old is your husband?
39.
39?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, were you able to pull his feet off the bed?
I'm pulling.
Okay, now grab the arm closest to you and pull the rest of the way off the bed. Again, don't worry about the fall. We just need to help them now. I have the ambulance on the way. I just need you to do this, okay, so we can get the help for him.
Okay.
When they arrive, they'll take over. We just need to start CPR now. You are doing great, okay? I just need you to get him on the floor.
Okay, on the floor.
You got him on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, listen carefully, okay? Make sure that there's nothing under his head. Is he laying flat on his back?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just listen carefully and I'll tell you how to do chest compressions, okay?
Okay.
Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone. This is in the center of the chest, right between the...
Okay.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Okay.
Okay? Start pumping the chest hard and fast, at least twice per second, and 2 inches deep.
Okay.
Okay, start counting out loud so I can count with you, okay? We're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Let me know when you're ready.
1,
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Count out loud so I can hear you. I'm counting with you. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. If it's easier for you, am I on speaker?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know if the front door is open?
No, it's locked.
It's locked. I need you to go. Is there anybody else within the home, or is it just you?
It's all my kids.
Okay. Are one of them old enough to go unlock the door?
Yeah, it's unlocked.
It's unlocked now?
Yeah, he's here. He's there.
Okay.
A paramedic on the scene claimed that Kori was not doing CPR when they arrived, and Kori's cell phone records show that she never put her phone on speaker so she could actually start doing CPR like the dispatcher asked her to. So basically, she didn't really do it. Or that's what they believe. And the medical examiner did confirm that Eric passed away from a massive OD. Toxicology showed levels in his blood and stomach contents. And like I talked about in my original video, Kori authored, and I'm going to say she authored, and you guys, look at this screenshot right here, the headlines that's going around now, okay? This woman authored, although we now know that it appears that she had a ghostwriter, a children's book about grief. And that's what made this whole thing start going viral in the beginning. It was woman who wrote a children's book in order to help children go through the grieving process because she lost her husband, gets arrested, the husband that she wrote the book about. Like, anyways, one of the things that came out during this trial was that after Kori was arrested, someone anonymously sent a copy of that book that she wrote, the grief book, to the sheriff's office with a note that said, "True Kori, a devoted wife and an adoring mother." Well, so the lead detective gets this book that's trying, like somebody's trying to show this is the true Kori that wrote this grief book. Y'all, the lead detective said on the stand during the trial that law enforcement actually traced the purchase of that book back to Kori's mother. Oh my gosh. At the very end of the prosecution's case, they introduced the walk the dog letter. And when I tell y'all, this woman is so bold. If all of that was not bold enough, in my very unprofessional opinion, I think that this just shows you how bold and untouchable this woman really thought that she was in jail and wrote this letter. Part of the letter was redacted and it was not talked about in front of the jury, but I'm going to put up the full letter on the screens and feel free to pause this and read the whole thing if you want. But just to summarize it, it is a letter that Kori wrote to her mother that she initially tried to get out of the jail without any of the COs noticing. However, it was found in her cell, folded up and tucked into a book. In the letter, Kori basically gives instructions for her brother on what to say about Eric and his supposed substance abuse problem. The prosecution said that it was a very obvious coded message to try to get ahead of the narrative. They claimed that Kori wanted to make it seem like Eric had a problem and never wanted anyone to know about it. Part of it said the connection has to be made with Mexico and substances. Ronnie, her brother, will have the messages to prove Eric confided in him about getting high. He can be short and to the point, but it has to be done. Kori even said in the letter that there are pictures on my phone of Eric passed out on the floor or in the chair. Now, does this remind y'all of anyone? Some people online are saying that it reminds them of Amber Heard, like maybe setting him up and taking pictures and building a case long before Eric was even gone. Now, it's called the walk the dog letter because it says at the very top of the letter, but also it says, take vague notes so you remember before you walk the dog. Well, when you Google, what does the phrase walk the dog mean? It says that it's used in like military context to mean review a plan in detail. Now, of course, On a call with her mother a couple days after the letter was found in her cell and it was seized, Kori said that the letter was not for them, but it was part of a 65-page mystery fiction novel that she had been working on. I mean, again, this woman really tried it. I just have to believe she got away with everything when she was younger and probably was rarely held accountable because the amount of things that she was doing and thought she could just tell another lie and get away with it. Okay, well, I'm caught in this lie, so I'm going to tell another one and I'm going to get away with it. I'm going to tell another lie and get away with it, tell another lie and get away with it. That's what it seemed like in my unprofessional opinion from the outside looking in. Then, though, once the prosecution finished their case, the defense is supposed to get up, right? So the prosecution goes, the defense is going to go. Y'all, the defense announced that they were not calling any witnesses. Not even Kori. So basically they did the whole trial. The prosecution did their case and then the defense goes, well, we don't really got nothing, so hope it goes okay. At that point, closing arguments were given, and I'm not going to go through all of that and what was said during closing arguments. But during closing arguments, it seemed like Kori was constantly smirking and rolling her eyes. It just seemed like so out of touch for the situation that she was in. And it made me wonder if she really thought she had a case and that the jury was on her side. And then on March 16th, the jury began their deliberations. And not even 3 hours later, you guys, they had a verdict. Kori was found guilty of all charges.
Count 1, aggravated murder. We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Kori Richins, is guilty of aggravated murder. We, the jury, unanimously agree that the prosecution has proved the following circumstance or circumstances regarding count 1 beyond a reasonable doubt. The homicide was committed for pecuniary gain, and the homicide was committed by means of the administration of any substance administered in a lethal amount, dosage, or quantity. Count 2, attempted aggravated murder. We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Kori Richins, is guilty of attempted aggravated murder. We, the jury, unanimously agree the prosecution has proved the following circumstance or circumstances regarding count 2 beyond a reasonable doubt. The attempted homicide was committed for pecuniary gain. Count 3, insurance fraud. We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Kori Richins, is guilty of insurance fraud. Count 4, insurance fraud. We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Kori Richins, is guilty of insurance fraud. Count 5, forgery. We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Kori Richins, is guilty of forgery. It's signed by the foreperson. Please have a seat.
Now, Kori is scheduled to be sentenced on May 13th of this year, which would have been Eric's 44th birthday. Kori is still facing a 26-count financial crimes case, and I'm expecting her to probably get the max of whatever she is getting. And I really feel for Eric's family. I don't know if she could have gotten away with this without them, but they were definitely onto her. And what a helpless feeling, too. You know, what a helpless feeling. And those 3 boys, they had 3 sons. And she was doing all of this. Had a daggum trip planned to the Caribbean with her boyfriend. Had it scheduled for after when she knew her husband wasn't going to be here anymore. She got 3 sons at home, y'all. That's scary to me. The amount of planning and lying and twisting and manipulating and all the way up until closing arguments of her trial where she was smirking, completely unbothered. Weird. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Other than that, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.